You guys. Hey, you guys. We are here, and you know what? Okay, we decided to bring, I guess, another pet into the situation. We got Big Cat over there. Um, and of course, Oreo Jr., and of course, you guys, Scott and I. And we have a new place we wanted to do it at in my extra bedroom that I have decorated very girl like. It's like my princess fantasy bedroom. So we decided to go ahead and bring it up here. Bring it here. Um, so we didn't get to do Fairy Tale Friday yesterday, so we're going to do that, and then also we'll do our super scary Saturday sleepover as well later on this afternoon. So look at what we got. Yes. It's that time. Ignore the cat and pay attention to Oreo Jr. What you gonna say, Scott? You got anything to say to the people?
No. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
some kids getting tortured is what I'm thinking.
Anything could happen here, but I don't think it's gonna be kids getting tortured. I don't know if anybody saw the title.
Notice.
It's called Forrest Gump Vibes. What do you think that could be? Take you off, Oreo Jr. You make me hot.
I don't know.
Well, we gonna find out. Y'all like my makeup? I made myself golden today. I got some holographic stuff going on. I've been watching TikToks.
Right.
Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. There was a man who had 3 sons, and the youngest of whom was a simpleton. The youngest of whom was called the simpleton. Do y'all know what a simpleton is? Scott, do you know what a simpleton is? Delayed. A little slowed down. Much like Forrest Gump was, just a little delay, honey. Something just a little off about him, just like Forrest Gump. And was despised, laughed at, and neglected on every occasion. Lord Jesus, help this man. It happened one day that the eldest son wished to go into the forest and cut wood. Period. You better get us some firewood so we can cook something. Get a crab boil. I don't know, some pancakes. I don't know. Need some wood. And before he went, his mother made him a delicious pancake. Period. She knew. I hope they were blueberry. And a flask of wine. Period, girl. You know how to, girl. That's brunch. This is brunch before there was brunch. Sorry, there's a hair on my forehead that it's annoying. It's rather annoying. Here it is, right here. I'm just gonna pull it out. Okay, there we go. I'm brave.
All right.
In this fairy tale, I'm brave and golden. That he might not suffer from thirst or hunger. Ma'am, you couldn't have gave him no water. It had to be wine. Which period, I'm not complaining. Scott, when I go somewhere, I need you to pack me a flask of wine.
Okay.
A bottle of wine.
Okay.
A jug of wine.
All right.
Period. When he came into the forest, a little gray man met him. Okay. Who wished him a good day and said, "Give me a bit of your cake out of your pocket and let me have a drink of your wine," which that the girl, that's a party foul. Sorry, that's a party foul. You don't just be up here asking nobody for their wine. "I am so thirsty and hungry." But the prudent youth answered, "Give you my cake and wine? I haven't got any. Be off with you." I feel like this is a bad thing to do. Because I feel like this in fairy tales, usually that's somebody important. It's like, I don't know, a djinn or something. And leaving the little man standing there, he went off. Then he began to fell a tree. This is some old English. But he had not been at it long before he made a wrong stroke and the hatchet hit him in the arm. Sir, what kind of swinging? What kind of swinging were you doing? He must have been like Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest. She was like, you know.
Man. So.
Like, sir, how you hit yourself in the arm with a What a damn axe. Like, do better. Be careful. So that he was obliged to go home and get it bound up. That was what came of the little gray man. What the gray man got to do with this? Afterwards, the second son went into the woods. Sir, bring a bulletproof vest or like some arm guards or something, because I feel like y'all just gonna keep doing this. And the mother gave to him, as to the eldest, a pancake, hopefully blueberry or chocolate chip, and a flask of wine, hopefully a dry, because sweet give you headaches.
Don't drink it before you start swinging an axe.
What Scott just said. Don't do that. This is how that's probably how he hurt his arm. He was axing and drinking. Don't drink and axe, baby.
It's asking for trouble.
Asking what Scott said. The little gray man met him also and begged for a little bit of cake and a drink of wine. But the second son spoke out plainly. What I give you, I lose myself. So be off with you. And leaving the little man standing there, he went. The punishment followed. As he was chopping away at the tree, he hit himself in the leg, sir. You chop it like this. Period. So severely that he had to be carried home. Who helped carry him?
Not the little gray man.
No, because he like, I'm still hungry and thirsty. You ain't give me nothing. I ain't doing nothing. Then said the simpleton, Father, let me go for once into the forest to cut wood. And the father answered, Your brothers have hurt themselves by so doing. Give it up. You understand nothing about it. But the simpleton went on begging so long that his father said at last, Well, be off with you. You will only learn by experience. My grandmama used to say that, like, you can tell somebody don't touch the fire, but they don't really learn till you let them touch that fire. Like, then you really know hot and blisters. The mother gave him a cake. It was only made with water and baked in ashes. Girl, how just gonna treat him like that? And with a flask of sour beer. Girl, you could have just gave him water. When he came into the forest, the little gray man met him and greeted him, saying, Give me a bit of your cake and a drink from your flask. I am so hungry and thirsty. And the simpleton answered, I only have a flour and water cake and sour beer. But if it's good enough for you, let us sit together and eat. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, and he ain't even had that much. That's so nice of him. Then they sat down, and as the simpleton took out his flour and water cake, it became a rich pancake, period. Girl, it had blueberries and chocolate chips. And his sour beer became good wine. Ooh.
Okay.
He got some box wine. That's not the good wine. I'm joking. Then they ate and drank. And afterwards, the little man said, As you have such a kind heart and share what you have so willingly, I will bestow good luck upon you. Yonder stands an old tree. Cut it down, and its roots you will find something. And thereupon the little man took his departure. See, all them other two had to do was share the wine, so then they weren't too drunk and were swinging and hitting their arms and legs all over the place. Like, sir, y'all go mess around and be amputees, messing around with some axes and wine. The simpleton went there and hewed away at the tree. And when it fell, he saw sitting among the roots a goose with feathers of pure gold. Kind of like Oreo Jr. Look at him. He go. I would say this cat here, but He lifted it out and took it with him to an inn where he intended to stay the night. The landlord had 3 daughters who, when they saw the goose, were curious to know what wonderful kind of bird it was, and ended by longing for one of its gold feathers. Honey, the girls love the monies, honey. The girls love the gold, baby. They love the gold. That's why I painted myself up in it. Love the gold, honey. Little secret for the men's. If you want the woman, get the gold, baby. Get the gold. Go for the gold. The eldest thought, I will wait for a good opportunity and then I will pull out one of his feathers for myself. And so when the simpleton was gone, she seized the goose by its neck. I'm gonna pretend like Oreo Jr. is the goose. She seized the goose by its wing. Oh, wait. She seized the goose by its wing, and there with her finger and hand had to stay hold fast. Soon after the second sister, and there with her finger and hand had to stay held fast. Oh, she got stuck to it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, girl, you got a golden goose stuck to your hand like this, like, oh, Scott, hell. It's like the Gorilla Glue lady. Remember she Gorilla Glue her head? Like that. It stayed like the Gorilla Glue lady hairdo. Soon after came the second sister with the same idea of plucking one of the gold feathers for herself. But scarcely had she touched her sister when she also was obliged to stay held fast. Lastly came the third with the same intentions, but the others screamed out, "Stay away! For heaven's sakes, stay away!" Did I sound in distress? Like, oh my God, I can't let go of Oreo Jr. and his glasses fell off. But she did not see why she should stay away and thought, if they do so, why should not I? This is that part where your mama say, if everybody else jumps off a bridge, will you? And for this little girl, the answer is yes. And went towards them. But when she reached her sisters, there she stopped, hanging on with them. And so they had to stay all night long. The next morning, the simpleton took the goose under his arm. He said, "Give me my goose," and went away, unmindful of the 3 girls that hung on to it, girl. So you don't see 3 women just chasing you? Have you ever had 3 women just following behind you all day? The 3 had always to run after him, left and right, wherever his legs carried him. In the midst of the fields, they met the person who, when he saw the possession, said, "Shame on you, girls, running after that young fellow through the fields like this." Yeah, he thought he was like, y'all some groupies. That man got a little bit of gold and y'all became groupies, period. And forthwith he seized one of the youngest by the hand to drag her away. But hardly had he touched her when he too was obliged to run after them himself. You done got yourself stuck, sir. You want some gold too, sir. You a fan. Not long with the sexton, after the sexton came that way, and seeing the respected parson following at the heels of the 3 girls, he called out, "Ho!" It really say ho right here. It say ho, y'all. It's old English. "Ho, your reverence, whither away so quickly? You forgot that we have another christening today," and seized hold of him by his gown. But no sooner had he touched him than he was obligated to follow on too. As the 5 tramped on, one after the other, 2 peasants with their hoes. It's more hoes. It's a lot of hoes because there's gold. Gold and hoes are usually rotate in the same circles, in the same story. So boom, you got some peasant with some hoes too. Came came up from the fields, and the parson cried out to them and begged them to come and set him and the sexton free. But no sooner had they touched the sexton, then they had to follow on too. And now there were 7 following the simpleton and the goose. He got a bunch of people, girl. Okay. He got what we call an entourage now, and some groupies. By and by, they came to a town where a king reigned, who had an only daughter who was so serious that no one could make her laugh, period. She's stoic. Therefore, the king had given out that whoever should make her laugh should have her in marriage. Let's stop here. Why in every fairy tale do these kings just be trying to get their daughters up for nothing? Didn't the last one, they gave the daughter up for just like some food? Or no, she wanted some gold too. Never mind. It was gold in that one too. I needed to paint my face that one too. The simpleton, when he heard this, went with his goose and his hangers on into the presence of the king's daughter. And as soon as she saw the 7 people following always one after the other, she busted out laughing. That's all it took? With some people in line? Girl, you can go to Publix and see that. You go to Walmart, it's long lines of people.
Yes, it is.
Okay, long. Go on Saturday. And it seemed as if she would never stop. And so the simpleton earned a right to her as his bride. But the king did not like him for a son-in-law and made all kinds of objections, and said he must first bring a man who could drink a whole cellar of wine. Honey, go find one of my uncles. You can go find one of my uncles, baby, and they can get you that. They can grant you that, baby. They can grant you 2-3 barrels of wine. Okay. The simpleton thought that the little gray man would be able to help him and went out into the forest. And there, on the very spot where he felled the tree, he saw a man sitting with a very sad countenance. The simpleton asked him what was the matter, and he answered, I have a great thirst. He's one of my uncles. This is one of my uncles. Be like, ooh, could you give me a bottle? And just drink the whole thing by themselves, child. Okay. Okay, sorry. I have a great thirst, which I cannot quench. Cold water does not agree with me. Are you not human? What you trying to say you a drunk, sir? Say you a drunk without saying you a drunk. Here we go. I have a great thirst, which I cannot quench. Cold water does not agree with me. I have indeed drunk a whole casket of wine. But what good is a drop like that? Okay, girl. Then said the simpleton, I can help you. Only come with me and you shall have enough. He took him straight to the king's cellar, and the man sat down before a great vat and drank and drank and drank. And before a day was over, he drank up a whole cellar full. Period. Period. Welcome to the cookout, baby. The simpleton asked again for his bride, but the king was annoyed that a wretched fellow called the simpleton by everybody should carry off his daughter. Then you shouldn't be making these kind of damn agreements. You shouldn't have said any fool that can make my daughter laugh can be her husband. You did this to you, sir. Nobody told you to do that. So he made a new condition. He was to produce a man that could eat a mountain of bread. The simpleton did not hesitate long, but ran quickly off to the forest. And there, in the same place, sat a man who had fastened a strap around his body, making a very piteous face and saying, I have eaten a whole bakehouse full of rolls. Okay, baby, you gonna be on my 600-pound life. You gonna be on 1,000-pound sisters here soon, sir. We see you. We see you. You need a TLC show, sir. We see you. But what is the use of that when one is so hungry as I am? My stomach feels quite empty, and I am obligated to strap myself together. Okay, that stomach hitting that back, that I may not die of hunger. The simpleton was quite glad of this and said, "Get up quickly and come along with me. You shall have enough to eat." He led him straight to the king's courtyard where all the meals in the kingdom had been collected and baked into a mountain of bread. Period. Come on, Tammy. Come on, Amy girl. Let's get this food. The man out of the forest settled himself down before it and hastened to eat. And in one day, the mountain had disappeared. Man versus food right there, baby. The simpleton asked for his bride the third time. The king, however, found one more excuse. Sir, just let this man marry this woman already. And said he must have a ship that should be able to sail on land or on water. Baby, you better go get the Titanic. Go get the Titanic. So soon, he said, as you come sailing along with it, you shall have my daughter for your wife. The simpleton went straight into the forest, and there sat the little gray man with whom he had shared the cake. And he said, I have eaten for you. I have drank for you. I will also give you the ship, and all because you were kind to me at first. Then he gave him the ship that could sail on land and on water. And when the king saw it, he knew he could no longer withhold his daughter. Like, sir, what? So you just needed a yacht? The marriage took place immediately. It always does in these things. And the death, or I'm sorry, the unalive of the king, the simpleton possessed the kingdom and lived happily ever after with his wife.
Right.
That is the end. That was the golden goose. The golden goose never gave no gold, but okay, girl. What did you learn, Scott? What did you guys learn? Put it down in the comment. What did you guys think about the story? What did you learn, Scott?
Pays to be nice.
Yes, it's not. My grandmother used to say, "It's nice to be nice, and it's good to be good." So make sure y'all are nice. Don't do it to your detriment. But you know, niceness goes a long way. Asking how somebody's doing, checking in on people. Sometimes it goes a long way. You got anything else, Scott?
That's my takeaway.
It's my takeaway too. So anyway, with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. We got some things that we gotta do. We're like running out of time. So we'll see you guys later this evening, afternoon. I think this is gonna be the new setup. Tell us what you think. Put it in the comments. Tell us what you think about this little setup. I feel like it looks like a fairy tale, like we're in the forest. So anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment if you like. From wherever we are to wherever you are. Peace, love, happiness, and we'll see you guys later. Bye, y'all.